Afternoon, guys. I'm Dave Canterbury with Silver Alliance Outfitters in the Pathfinder School, back down here at the Pathfinder Outdoor Classroom. What I want to do today is talk to you about the new ADK 26 by Agawa Canyon. This is a combination axe and hatchet that is capable of being taken down into two pieces and stored into a smaller package. The hatchet is 14 inches overall. The axe with extended handle is 26. It has a 1.6 pound head on it. What I want to do is, there's already been a couple videos I know out there, a couple people talking about this. I saw a comment that Joe Robinette had beat this thing like a rented mule, and I don't doubt that, and I don't question that. I have not seen the video. I've also seen some stuff by TA Outdoors on this axe as well. And I've been working with the Agawa Canyon for many years now, starting with the saws, and they started talking about this tool a couple of years ago, and it's to the point now where they are launching their Kickstarter. And I wanted to go over this tool with you. I've used it quite extensively over the last 3 weeks. I'm really fond of it. I want to talk to you about some of the pros, what people say the cons are, and then address those cons and talk about some of those issues as well, and look at this axe in depth, and then we'll swing this bad boy and beat on it a little bit for you as well. Stay with me. Okay, so you can see that this axe and hatchet come in a nylon case that's got some web strapping on the back so that you can put it on your belt, or you can attach it to a pack if you choose to do so. When you open it up, there's two pieces in here. There's the handle extension, which we'll talk about in a minute, and there is the hatchet itself, which we'll talk about first. So let's just talk about this hatchet for a minute and talk about all the aspects of it, because I think it's got a lot of pros. First of all, it's got a very nice leather sheath with it. It's got really nice studs in it, or rivets. It's got a pocket here for the takedown tool, which we'll talk about in a minute, because to me, that's the biggest failure mode right there, is losing that tool. However, your knife or your multi-tool or your SAK will do the same thing. I'll show you that in just a minute if you were to lose this tool. So let's take this sheath off of here, and it's just a snap-on sheath. And let's talk about the head for a minute, because what impresses me about this is I've never really been a fan, I'll be flat honest right now, of axes that didn't have wooden handles. So molded handle type axe in general, I've never ever been a fan. However, this axe, the handle material of this axe is not the normal ABS material. It is an impact nylon with long glass fiber handle that is very, very resilient and tough when it comes to stress side to side or this direction. The head itself, if you look at this, you can see that the cheeks actually extend beyond the handle itself, where most of these that have a wraparound plastic handle, the plastic actually extends beyond the cheek of the axe, so that when you split wood, you're hitting that handle almost every time you do. With this, you're never coming in contact with the handle much, because it shears off here before it gets to the handle. It has a hardened pole and a hardened bit. This axe is 5160 steel, which is the best axe steel in my mind you can get. It's not hammer steel, it's not tool steel, it's actual axe steel, which means it's gonna hold a very, very good edge. Now, when you look at the geometry of this axe, it's really good for choking up on. You're almost at the center line of that blade edge with your hand when you choke up on the axe. So for fine carving work and things like that, it's going to be good for that. It's got about 4 inches of bit on this dude, so you've got plenty of blade here to play with. And the drop geometry on this is just about perfect for chopping and splitting. Now, again, you've got a hammer pole on here. So if you've got to hit a metal tool, if you've got to hammer stakes, wedges, all those type things, it's not a problem with this. And you never have to worry about mushrooming the eye on this axe like you would with a wooden handle. So now, the first thing you're gonna say is, well, you can't replace that handle like you can a wooden handle if something happens to it, okay? And let me address that issue really quick. First of all, probably 2% of people in the United States that actually spend time in the woods could do an effective job of replacing a wooden handle in an axe if they broke it in the first place out in the woods. So that's A. To me, that's kind of a moot point. Most people aren't gonna be able to do it anyway. But with this axe, I would argue that it's easier to replace this handle with a piece of wood than it would be a normal axe, and I'll tell you why. If you look at this axe, these shoulders that come to the top and drop down, this is basically a U that this axe is sitting inside of, and it's molded through the axe. There's a hole in here that's molded through this axe. So if something were to happen to this axe head and you broke it, you could simply burn this out just like you would a wooden handle by burying this in the mud to give it protection from temper, build the fire here, and burn all that material out. I have a video on that on a wooden axe on my YouTube channel now. Once you did that, you would have basically a square that's recessed here to put a new handle around, which would be as simple as taking a block of wood or taking a round piece of round stock, putting 2 log cabin notches in it, splitting it in half, dropping a log cabin notch on each side, just wide enough to sandwich this bit with some sticking up out of the top, and then lash it down from this end, lash it up to this end so that it's tight. And you would have an easy axe handle for this with almost no carving whatsoever in a matter of about 15 minutes. I'm so confident in that I actually had Agawa Canyon send me a blank head so that I can make a video on how to replace this handle in the wild if it gets broken. So to me, the replacing the handle, I gotta have wood because I can't replace it. All of that to me is a moot point and makes no difference whatsoever. All I care about is this handle strong and resilient, and will it do what it's meant to do, which is split and chop wood and create firewood. It will do all of that stuff beyond belief because I've already done it with this hatchet. Now, let's talk about the difference between this being a hatchet now and being an axe. You have an extendable handle in this that's here that actually slides up inside this handle and locks on with 2 stainless steel clips, just like this. So you spread the clips, you push it on, and you snap the clips forward, just like that, and it's clipped on. If you go to their website, they have this thing sitting in between stumps with somebody jumping up and down on this thing, and it doesn't break. This entire axe has been tested to ASME safety standards for impact tools and passed with flying colors. I'm not worried about this breaking off. And to that point, if for some reason you were to break this, you still have a hatchet because this is going to be your failure point. It's not going to be up in here most likely. It's going to be here. You're still going to have a hatchet. Whereas if you break a wooden handle axe somewhere up in here, you may not have enough left to even play with. So to me, that's a little bit of an advantage. Now, when am I going to use this length axe? I'm going to use it for felling trees, and I'm going to use it for large, stubborn wood in camp that I have to split. Most of the time in the woods, I'm not going to buck down lumber that I couldn't split with a hatchet and a baton, and this thing will do that easily. But if I had to fell a tree, I can put this extended handle on there, and I'm ready to rock and roll. Now, again, you've got this tool that's made for prying this out, just like this. If something happened to this tool, you could just as easily use your knife to flip that out, just like that. Or you could use a screwdriver and a multi-tool or something like that. So if you lose this tool that they provide with it, it's not necessarily a game-changing disaster for you. But it does have a nice sheath that it fits in. It fits in there really snug and tight. I don't think it's going to come out of there. But I'd like to see that a little bit better design because to me that's one failure mode, although it's easily overcome with, like I said, a screwdriver or a knife blade. So let's take this axe now. I think I've covered just about everything. You got 14 inches of axe here. You got a 1.6 pound head. You've got a 26-inch axe if you add the extended handle on there. So let's take this bad boy out and bust up some wood and see how she does. All right, so I've grabbed a really, really hateful piece of seasoned white oak right here. This is like a lumber mill stub end, okay? Very, very well seasoned, nice hard white oak. I don't expect this axe to go through this in one swing. If it does, it will surprise me. I'm expecting to have to actually baton this axe through this material like a wedge. So we'll see what happens. Stay with me. I was wrong. All right, well, the axe made that look easy. So now I've got another piece here that's a little more well seasoned. It's a good corner block. Got some heavy grain in it, not too much checking. This one should be a little harder to split, but we'll find out right now. That's what I was looking for. Okay, now we're gonna give this bad boy some hell. There's the problem. Great big knot right in the middle of that dude. No worries. Red oak. Nice long fibered ugly stuff. Okay guys, well there's just a little video for you on the new ADK26 by Agawa Canyon. Again, if I didn't mention it in the video, the 5160 head of this axe is drop forged in Ohio in the US. The handle components and everything else are assembled and manufactured in Canada. This is a great product. If you buy this, you're supporting a very, very good company. What I can tell you is this: I am not taking any affiliate money for this launch whatsoever. I don't want it. What I want to do is I want to help a good company out with a good product, and I want people to know that I'm standing behind this product, not because I'm getting paid to, but because I think it's awesome. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your support. I thank you for everything you do for our school, for family, for our business, all our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends, and I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.